Let's play this out. You just made an Instagram account, a TikTok account, LinkedIn account, whatever. You post for the first time, it gets 2 likes. You feel pretty good. You're like, oh man, 2 likes, that's amazing. Fast forward 1 year from now, you have 200 followers or subscribers or whatever, and usually every single post of yours now gets about 40 to 50 likes. You post it, it only gets 7. And you start literally feeling bad because people online didn't like a photo. At first thought, when I heard that, I thought that was the stupidest thing ever. I thought there are people who are not here, not in my presence, and because they're not pressing the red heart button or the like button, why am I letting that affect my mood? Now, my friends, I come to you from a psychology/biology perspective that this is the science behind it. There's a hormone, my friends, it's called dopamine. Dopamine makes you feel good. Oftentimes in the psychology world, we hear dopamine with respect to learning rewards. For example, there's a mouse in a cage with a lever. When the mouse goes over and it hits the lever with its nose, let's say a piece of cheese gets dropped into its cage. It goes over there and eats the cheese. Then, just to make sure it wasn't a coincidence, it goes over and it hits the knot again with its nose. Another piece of cheese falls down. Guess what happens? The mouse learns, it gets into the habit of, every time I press the button, I'm going to get a piece of cheese. Now, just getting scientific a little bit, as soon as the mouse presses the button, the cheese falls, and it starts eating the cheese. As soon as it takes a bite, because it doesn't know if it's good cheese or bad cheese, as soon as it gets a bite, it gets a total boost of stimulus, and it makes it feel amazing. So the first couple of times, there's no stimulus. There's a stimuli, which means they hit the button, the cheese falls, but they don't feel amazing until they take the bite. After about 5 times, when they know it's going to taste good, as soon as they hit the button, when the cheese falls, then they get that rush. They get that adrenaline feeling before having even bitten it because they know it tastes good. Then after another 5 or 10 times now, as soon as they see the lever, they get that rush because they know that if that rush means that cheese is going to fall, and when they eat the cheese, they know that they're going to get that boost, that they're going to feel good. They're going to get that amazing feeling. So they're still getting that rush, but now it's increased a lot earlier. However, there are studies to show that that initial rush from the very first time that the mouse had the cheese, it does progressively decline over time. And the reason for that is the first time, you're not going in with any expectations. You're going in, so there's a bit of shock value, there's a bit of your standards are low, whereas opposed to on the 15th time, it's not the same anymore for the mouse. Imagine you're going in to see a movie, classic, but you don't know what it's going to be. Imagine you're going in to see like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's 2004, whenever it came out. You have no expectations. You go in there, you see it, freaking amazing, right? The next year, they make a second one. Only thing is now you're going in with expectations because you know how good the first one was. You go, and generally, not all the time, but generally, the second movies or the third movies, they don't have that same feel to them as the first movie did. This is the exact same idea here. So what happens, going back to our likes analogy, is when I get used to getting 50 likes constantly, when something good happens, it makes me feel good, it triggers the hormone of dopamine. So when I post a photo and it gets 50 likes, I literally, my brain will secrete a hormone, which is dopamine. The same hormone that gets secreted when you do hard drugs. The same hormone that would get released when you do hard drugs is the same one that gets released when people start liking your photos. So there is a biological effect on your brain. You get those likes, it makes you feel good. Next time, you get another 30 likes. Next time, you get another 30 likes. Again, it starts diminishing over time. And all of a sudden, when I get 5 likes on a photo, my brain is going, hey, we just posted a photo. Where's the dopamine? Why isn't the dopamine being released? And it's not going to get released now because now my tolerance is high. What does that mean? That means because I've gotten used to getting 30 likes, I got to get 40 likes. I got to get 50 likes so I get that boost. Same reason why I'm going all over the place, but same reason why when people, do drugs for the first time, in the beginning, they can take a very small amount, a very small bit of the substance, that'll give them the high. With time and repetition, that little bit doesn't do it for them anymore. They build up tolerance, they build up resistance, and now they need more and more to get high, and eventually they got to take so much in order to get the same feeling that the first time got them, that's unfortunately what leads to overdosing. Is you always want to do it one more time. You just want to get that high once more. But in order to get it, you got to keep increasing the substance. And that, my friends, is why it's things like getting your pictures liked and your videos liked can get super, super addictive. Like literally addictive. And it can have an actual impact on your mood. So when your photo is just used to getting, a bunch of likes, imagine you post a photo, you get 1 like, or you get no likes at all. It's been up for a week, 0 likes. That's going to affect your mood because now dopamine's not getting released. Obviously, this is just one factor, but dopamine is not getting released. Thus, your body is literally missing something, putting you towards a bad mood, a worse mood. Now this gets into a whole other conversation of I saw Gary Vaynerchuk giving a talk about likes as opposed to posting about what you like, right? There was an example, long story short, there was a girl, she went up to Gary, she said, "Hey Gary, I love talking about plants. I'm super passionate, but when I post about plants, I only get 20 likes. But when I post a picture of myself in a bikini, I get a couple hundred likes. What should I do?" And Gary was like, "Post about what you like. Because it's about what you're passionate about, right? It's the message that you want to share." Now, obviously, you want to go, what's the word? You want to have it in moderation, right? If I post 10 videos, let's say on YouTube, and one of them, because this certain topic blows up, I want to keep in mind, be like, oh, like you guys really enjoy it when I talk about, how to gain any personality traits. So maybe in the future, I want to make something more like that. But for me to just completely make something based on how many likes do I get, not saying there's anything wrong with that necessarily, but you are really letting the likes heavily affect you. As opposed to, hey man, I want to post what I want to post. It goes both ways. Again, it goes 50-50. I want to think consumer centric because I want to think, what do you want to see? How can I provide you the most value? But on the other side, maybe you like seeing dancing videos. I'm not going to learn how to dance for you. No offense, right? I still want to do what I want to do while meeting you in the middle. How can I provide you as much value as possible while still being true to myself, being true to my skills and my knowledge and my passions? So I think that's something huge that I've definitely been thinking about recently, where, it happens to all of us when we post something, it's a video or whatever, and I know that can be pretty intimidating and a reason for people to not post, right? Because you're worried about, what if I don't get this many likes? Or I even know people who, if they don't get about a certain amount of likes, they just delete the photo. Because the likes and what people say is greater than them actually putting out the content. Which from a biology standpoint, from a psychology standpoint, it does have backing, right? Because when you're not getting that release of dopamine, it really does affect you. It sincerely does.